Namaste. Hi everybody, hoi allemaal. The last 3 lessons we talked about the breath and we practiced breathing and we talked about the hara. In short, there are several centers in your body where you find the roots to the soul. So like a tree gets its energy from the roots, from the earth, a human being or a living being gets its energy from the soul. And the route to reach to that soul is the hara, is the navel center. And to open that center, we can use the breath. There are many practices, but the breath is a very simple one and a very important one. So we're gonna sit and you close your eyes and we take just some time to let the day fall off your shoulders, all the things you've been busy with. And it will take a little bit of time. And in that time, you become a watcher on the hill, aloof, seeing all the impressions still reflecting in that lake, that inner lake of your consciousness. But like the sand, how the sand can come down in time. When you practice mindful breathing and watching, all that disturbance of thoughts and impressions in your inner lake will come down. Will evaporate. Sit in a way where you can release the tensions. So maybe even you need to use your hands behind you. That is good. But allow the spine to be aligned. Your shoulders to relax, your face. And having your weight exactly in the middle. Evenly distributing on your sitting bones and even on your feet. Although your thoughts may be still wandering off sometimes, connect your attention to your breath. To begin with, follow your natural breath. The breath comes in, follow the whole way, all the way to the end of your in-breath, the gentle stop, and follow the out-breath. All the way. Again, gentle stop. In breath, coming by itself naturally. And you keep in the same pace. The breath shows you the rhythm, and you stay on the pace of the breath. Don't judge your breath. Allow your upper airways to relax. While you're breathing, we remember the sutra. Radiant One. This experience may dawn between two breaths. When the breath is fully in, that is the way down, and just before the breath goes out, the beneficence, the grace. Radiant One is the soul, and as the breath goes in, it touches the hara, the center, the root to the soul, and the experience of the radiance may dawn. And by breathing, we're going to spread that radiance throughout every cell of the body. We're going to awaken the body with consciousness. So we are not going to do the postures in the most difficult way. We're going to do the postures in a way we reach the most cells with our light, with our prana. That light is prana. Bringing the hands behind the head. And the exercise stays exactly the same. You sit in a way and you listen to your breath. Going all the way down. Reaching the tailbone and the pelvic floor eventually. And you remember the touch of the hara as your attention stays the full breath. The center is touched, and on the out-breath, the radiance is spread deeper through the cells. Again, a stop, a radiance, and on the in-breath, it is being spread throughout the body. And then you're going to start to listen. So my shoulders were a little bit up. I relaxed my shoulders. And I felt that by listening and watching. I watched the breath. I listen. And I notice the areas where I still tense my body or where I'm not aligned. And just in subtle nuances, you align your body to that equalness of your breath. Bringing the chin in, relax the elbows down, your shoulders down, stretching neck. Release your shoulders down so that at the sides of the neck, the muscles relax. Spreading the breath, your attention is in the whole body, but the accent is on the back of the neck and the stretch of the spine. It's the chin lock, and it opens the head center, the heart center. One more breath. Bringing the head straight up, elbows to the side. And you can gaze to a point in front of you or to the tip of the nose. And lean back a little bit. Where is the base of the spine? It strengthens your lower back. And you follow the breath so it flows into the nose, it turns back and down, and then it can go all the way. It can fill your lower back, it can reach all the way down to the first center, the first chakra. And when you feel that fullness in your lower back, we're going to twist to the side. I twist to the right, so the emphasis is on the left side. Prana can reach a little bit deeper in the left. And remember, follow the breath all the way in. Touching the core, the radiance, all the way out. Breathing in. Feel the length in the spine. Exhale, keep the length. To the middle. Feel the evenness. Lower back. Twist to the other side. Emphasis on the right side. You sit in the middle. And find the posture where your breath can expand the best to all sides, the most freely. Be patient. Lengthening the back. Keep the length, twist a little bit further. Following the whole in-breath. And the whole out-breath. One more. And on the exhalation, come to the middle. Feel the length. Then reach up with your arms so the side body is fully lengthened. And check if, when you breathe, there's fullness in the waist. Fullness is that you can fill it with breath. Prana. One more breath in. Exhale, keep the length, keep the fullness. Bring your fingers under your knee, shoulder down, other arm up. Feel the length in the waist, the fullness. And when it's full enough, bring the fingers underneath your knee, shoulders down. And it's also an exercise to open the arm. So very gradually you start to turn the inner elbow up a little bit while your knee is pressing in your fingers, creating space. And again, find your center. Find your meditation. Become aware of the watcher, the one who watches the breath in and going out. So let the posture help you to become more in Zen, in Zazen, in being centered, being present, awake. Then bring the feet in front of you, straighten your legs, and take the butt a little bit to the side, thighs to the side, and it's an exercise to open the shoulder. I bring my arm forward and I rotate it outward. Maybe you need to do it a couple of times and then find your alignment again. Find your zazen, the source. And explore your breath, listen, follow the touch. And the deeper the breath comes, the more subtle it becomes. It needs more awareness, so as you follow the breath all the way to the end, you sharpen your awareness, your concentration, your focus. Concentration is maybe not the right word. Your ability to be fully present sharp. And the more you open, I go a little bit more back, then my breath can go deeper. The touch of the breath, that light, that radiance you bring in the cells becomes feelable. And then it's like dwelling in that experience. Because that's the healing energy, the healing force. And the experience of your inner. Let your spine be totally free, so that that line, that openness from the bottom to the top becomes an experience. Let your belly relax inward, especially above your pubis. And then, when you have the space, belly stays in, walk your way up. Chin in again, shoulders back. Opening the back body. Straight up, we're going to go to hands and knees. Important is to open your wrists. So that's why you see me walking. Inner elbow to the front, so you can bring your elbows out. Relax your shoulders back. You can breathe in the chest area more easily. And then scoop the inner elbows in and straighten your arms. Knees underneath your hips. And then first find that middle, where the breath can expand evenly. Next exhalation, round your back and bring your belly in. Watching the breath. Straight back. On the in-breath, concave spine, look up. Or look to the tip of your nose when your neck hurts. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And then see the unity of your movement and breath. Exhale. Can you do that in a smooth way? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stay round. Coming on your knees, circle the arms up. Hold your elbows and otherwise hold your arms in front of your shoulders. Lengthen the ankles, the toes. And they are your support. Your big toes support the tailbone. So gently press the big toe into the floor. Rock your pelvis back. So the tailbone comes under and lengthen the spine. Stretching the front. Look to one point, drishti, or tip of the nose, so you center. And again, find your zazen, your meditation. How's your weight distributed on the floor? Your connection with the earth. And the more your tailbone comes under, maybe there comes a back bend. But watch the lower back, it should lengthen, not crunch. Exhale, come straight again, arms at shoulder height. And then we first take one arm, shoulder down. And as I bring my fingers down, I feel the stretch all the way on the inner side of the arm. So we stretch the inner sides of the arms. And that's good for the lungs, that's good for the heart. And you open your wrists. And centering. Is the expansion of your breath. Remember the sutra, Radiant One. This experience may dawn between two breaths. When the breath comes in, that is down. And right before it comes up, that is up, out. The beneficence, the grace, the light. Spreading that light through the body with your inhalation and exhalation. One more in-breath. Turning the hands to the front, a little bit in front of you. Walking your hands forward, but watch the inner elbow comes forward. Shoulders go back. Your hips, they stay above the knees. Keep your belly in gently. And listen to your alignment. For instance, can your breath reach the lower back? Or are you crunching your lower back?
We're going to release in the upper back behind the heart. You breathe in. Relax the vertebrae behind your heart. And on exhalation again, relax. One more breath. Exhale, look to the midpoint between the hands. Feel centered. Bringing the lower arms on the floor. The elbows straight under your shoulders. Opening knees underneath your hips. If your shoulders are really above your elbows, the center that opens is the heart center, the middle of the chest. Roll your shoulders back, distribute the weight and focus on that opening of the middle of the chest, the heart. Check your lower back. It should not crunch, you should lengthen. So maybe one or two vertebrae, rock your pelvis. And then when you feel really open, you can make it a little bit more challenging by coming on your toes. Tailbone, direct it, roll it in or towards the heels. Or you can stay on your knees. And again, distribute the weight. Find that expansion of breathing. That open space. From the core, middle lines. And in every pose you can find your zazen. When you center and breathe. One more breath in. And keep that length, but come down on your belly. Bring your hands to your pubis and lift, lengthen it. So the bottom of your pubis comes on the floor. Your tailbone rolls down to the floor. Lengthen your lower belly. And that sun of the hara now is the strength point. Focus on there. Bringing the arms back. Feet off the floor. Lengthen your neck. Breathing. On the in-breath, the sun expands the hara. And on the out-breath, keep the expansion. Rolling the shoulders back. Catching your ankles, if you can. Otherwise, you can just bring your knees in and bring your hands down. I will show you later. Roll your shoulders back, looking up. One more breath in, lengthen. And come down. And this would be the pose that you could do instead. So next time when you watch this, you could do like this, rolling your shoulders back, hands on the mat, knees in. Come on your hands and knees. Toes together. And it's like halfway child's pose, not fully. Roll your shoulders back and gently press the mat away, and you can reach further into your tailbone. And then lengthen the groin and stretch the hips and the back. And again, find the middle. Distribute your weight, and your breath will expand more equal. Touch your core more deeply. One more breath in. Exhale, look up. Again, bring your elbows on the floor, come forward a bit, shoulders back, and then bring your hands underneath your chin. And then find the spot where your hips open the most. And really relax your head in your hands. And allow the hips to open. Now when the breath goes down, in, it passes the hara, it reaches all the way to the tailbone, the breath goes out, and on the out breath the emphasis is on the top of the head. So the breath comes in, prana gathers at the pelvic floor, the breath goes out, and prana gathers in the top of your head, the crown chakra. The breath goes down along the back. And when the out breath flows out, it goes along the front, the prana. It's a circle. Then you can interlace your fingers, but you keep the bottom little finger inward. And then we're going to bring the lower arms on the floor, but you walk your arms open. There is like a palm of a hand, but then at the front of your elbow. So my whole lower arm now is like I can open it up, I can push from it. Then you bring your head, you bring it in front of your hands on the floor. And then you can walk your knees in a bit, take your belly in, and sometimes it is very sensitive on the head. There are many acupressure points on the head. And very gently you can decide how much weight and how much stretch you give to it, to your neck, to your spine and your head. It's like a massage. But then find the middle. And keep following your breath. Maybe when you're lucky you can feel even the breath expanding in the top of your head against the floor. Like you have a belly center, navel center, we have a head center in the core of the head. And we're activating it because now it has something to expand against: the floor, the earth. When we make a headstand, it is the main center that carries the pose, that radiates its strength towards the heart and the belly center, into the feet, the whole line upward. But for now we only do the stretch and the distribution of the weight. One more, stretch your neck. So you can roll a little bit further. And then bring your knees together, take your belly in, and maybe you need to rest your head on your hands, because then the breath stays in the lower back. Relax your shoulders back. And also that the resting on the forehead opens the head center. Takes off the tension of your head. Lengthen your belly again, and maybe you can go already a little bit lower. Maybe on one hand, or maybe when you have blocks at home, you can lean on a block, or have your head on the floor and bring your arms along the side of your legs. Keep the weight also in your pelvis though. So if it's going all to your head, it's not good. You need to be a little bit higher. Really rest the forehead on the earth. It will take away the tensions. With the breathing exercise. Again, the breath comes in, it goes along the back, down all the way to the tailbone. Could even feel it in the feet, and on the exhalation the breath flows upward, out through the mouth or nose. So if you cannot reach your tailbone, bring your head a little bit higher on your hands or on a block. And slowly roll up to sitting. If you can sit on your heels, sit on your heels. Otherwise, maybe with your legs forward, or maybe even standing. Relax your shoulders back. And maybe you feel a fully relaxed intention in the forehead, like you have been asleep. And it's a more meditative energy. It's the opening of the center of the head. So we bring the hands again behind the head and gently press. It's also helping that center to open. And you can pop out your lower back too. So my tailbone is leaning over the heels, and the fullness of my lower back becomes more and more. And this is also doable with your legs forward. But if you're sitting like this, it would be nice if your knees come up. But don't start to pull or push. Let it come naturally. That's the best. And then this brings fullness all the way to the kidneys.
the middle back. You can stay with your arms like this. Or when you can really push your lower back open, you can lift your arms. Find your zazen. Hands down, and namaste. Lower the knees down to keep the fullness in your back. Align your gaze at your middle fingers. And let's for a moment become aware of that watcher. You gaze at your middle fingers. The third eye is more in the attention. And I higher my fingers a little bit so that I really feel that spot between my eyebrows activated a little bit more. My eyes are relaxed, they have a gaze, and when they gaze to the same point, I become aware that it's like I'm watching through the middle, from the back of my head, or even behind my head. My being is watching, and it, for instance, is also something is watching the back of your eyes. You are aware of your eyes, you are aware of your body, that you are sitting here. And that is watching the breath and is watching the inner side of the body, lifting the arms at your own height, gazing to the tip of the nose. And then we have them all combined, the body, the mind, and the soul. And the energy of existence, Prana. Bringing the hands down. One more time, interlace your fingers. Stretch to the side. Keep your belly in a bit. Not only stretching, feel that equal expansion. It is nurturing too. Spreading prana, consciousness, the radiance. Come to the middle, really to the center, other side. And the middle. Hands along the midline, down. Coming down. Walk your way to the front if you were on the back of your mat. Spread the wrists. You can stay at your knees or you come to plank. Distribute the weight, tailbone down, lower back up. Down dog with bent knees.
One more breath in. Exhale, look to the front, step to the front. Inhale, all the way, halfway up, shoulders back, belly in. Fold forward, exhale, relax the neck. All the way up to Tadasana. Tailbone down. And bring the hands down. Inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, third eye, look up. Exhale, bring the feet back and down. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, tailbone down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more breath in. Exhale, look to the front, step to the front. Inhale, look up. Fold forward, exhale. Tadasana, inhale. Samastiti. One more time. Fold forward. Open. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more breath in. Exhale, look to the front, step. Inhale, third eye. Tip of the nose. Tadasana. Samastiti. Final one. Exhale. Open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, look to the front, step to the front. Inhale, look up. Fold forward, exhale. All the way up, inhale. Samastiti. Draw your shoulders back. Distribute the weight. We're gonna step out the right foot. No, we're gonna do it differently. We're gonna keep the right foot to the front of the mat. And we're gonna step out the left foot. Inhale. Front foot comes in the middle of the back foot. Trikonasana, breathing in. Exhale, reach forward and come down.
Remember the center, the expansion of your breath. Listen to it, if it's equal. That is your teacher. Exhale, look down to the second toe. Inhale, come up. Bend your back knee, step to the front, Samastiti. Other side, inhale. Exhale. Listen to your breath. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Bend your knee. Step to Samastiti. One more time. Big step to the side. Turn the toes inward. We're going to fold forward. One more breath. Bring the hands on your hips. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, lift the thighs, fold forward. Hands shoulder width apart. First start underneath your shoulders with hands. Keep your belly in. When your belly is in, you can fold forward deeper. And then find your zazen in it. Your being. Drishti on the tip of the nose. Inhale, look up. Turn to the front and exhale. Lift your leg up. Use blocks if you need to. Stepping back, bring the foot down. Coming up, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. And use your blocks if you need to. Drishti is on the second toe. Distribute your weight. Bring the leg up. And bring the feet together. Bend your knees. And other side. Leg up. Step your foot back. Inhale, coming up. Fold forward. Leg up again. And then bend the knee and bring the knee on the outer side of the heel. Otherwise, just come and sit down. And then you can sit down with a straight leg and bring one foot over the straight leg. Otherwise, sit like this. Take the belly in, full lower back, and twist. And exhale, and then I like to change to the other side by going around, but you can also change in your own way. Sitting straight, take your butt, weight, then bring your arm around and twist. And return to the front, feet forward, knees to the side. Take your feet together and sitting straight. And you come back on the base a bit. If you need to have your hands behind you to be able to breathe, that's okay. slide your bottom a little bit under, so you really lean back and you lengthen your back. And then take your feet forward and your feet gently pressed. Distribute your weight in the middle. And we're going to check if we have become more calm and quiet, and if the postures have helped you in your zazen, in a centered state of being. And this is also a posture. So you gently spread your feet, like the weight is on your feet. Allow your spine to lengthen. You can bring the hands in your lap, looking at the tip of your nose, or to point on the floor in front of you. Follow your breath all the way down. If you need the support of your hands, you can bring your hands gently with the fingertips behind you. Allow yourself just to breathe. Your butt is touching the place on the earth. Top of the head is aligning with the sky. As you become more centered and unoccupied, you can become aware of the energy that is all around us, always present. It's in the very air we breathe. Prana. And it's always showering on us. And the earth is always radiating its nurturing strength and energy. But if we're not present and are lost in a thought, we are in a very small world of thoughts and we cannot experience it. It's like you're cut off of existence. But now we are returning to the source again, to reconnect with life, this moment. And it's silent and endlessly deep. You can go so deep that your silence is touching the silence of this very moment. And when that experience happens, maybe only for a split second, you can experience that boundaries of your body disappear. For a moment, it's like there is a unity, only space. Boundaries of your mind are gone. They are not there. So keep the alignment of the top of your head. It could happen that you start to experience that showering of prana, of life force. as I read to you from the book, there is an inner core and an outer core. The core of the cosmos and the core of your being, and they are one. And that oneness is what they call yoga, or your being, or Zen. And in it, you become so aware that you are a part of this existence. You experience that you are part of this existence, and that every living being is connected to that same source of life energy. Same energy is in the grass, in the trees, in the birds, in the animals, in all living beings. In it flows the same force of life. The shape is different, the outer form is different, but the essence is the same. And once you find that essence within yourself, you start to recognize it all around you, in your family, in your friends, in nature. And when you really have found it within, you can even find it in the people you don't like, or situations you don't like. But in it you can see the hand of existence. Being that aware, that is a form of being mindful. The full attention is present in this moment and is aware of the life that is going on all around us and within. Sometimes you may forget because you are occupied in your own feelings and longings and thoughts. Once you become more aware, you can see from that watcher that looks to your breath, that can look to your feelings, that can look in the body. From there you can see, hey, I am in a thought, but I can step out of it. You can see, hey, I'm identified with this small space of this thought. I can step out. By practicing this, your natural being grows, your awareness grows, that consciousness, that liveliness. And from there, it will create more harmony, emotions that are more harmonious. It will make your eyes become more clear to see the beauty that was always here in this present moment and will always be here. We were just occupied and couldn't see. And by practicing this, we become so aware and so watchful that we can stay in that open and free space of our being. We can stay out of the thoughts. We can see them, but we're not them. And when you practice it, you can stay in that source for longer periods of time. And eventually we can experience life more centered, more natural, more authentic from our being.
so you can rest and you can calm down in the being you are right now. Feeling that gentle touch of your breath, coming in and going out. And we're gonna let go more fully so that you can experience that inner space even better. So for a couple of minutes, come and lie down. And you can fully relax your body on the earth. Let your lower back relax to the earth. Feel the weight spreading. And from that watcher, you can see your breath. You can see your thoughts as clouds passing by. And every time when you are in a thought, notice it and see, hey, I can step out. I can stay and be the blue sky and let the cloud pass by. Every time you hit a singing bowl, you can relax even deeper.
let go to the fullest, like these are the last moments to come really deep into the core of your being. Just by relaxing, you will float deeper and deeper and deeper. Slowly breathe a little bit deeper. Start to move your toes and your fingers, stretching the body the way you like. And roll to the right side, coming up to sitting. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart. Bring the hands in front of third eye. And then we bow out of respect for this inner light. The light in ourselves, in each other, and every living being. And as we may remember the light during our days, and that when we're a little bit less in contact with that light, that we remember mindful breathing, or just sitting quietly to reconnect, so that we can be a light upon ourselves, each other, and every living being. Namaste. Thank you.